Welcome to the next lecture in C language. Let us discuss some conditional statements in C. Before starting conditional statements, we have to know what is conditional statement. Conditional statement is nothing but when any condition is met true. Okay, that condition is only satisfies. Just I am sharing the screen. Just observe. And just opening the notepad, let us write some important points here. Conditional statements. What is the meaning of the conditional statements? Suppose if you write any condition, and if you any condition, if you take, if it satisfies, only that condition will be satisfied. If that condition fails, the other condition will be satisfied. So our topic is conditional statements. If you work on this, so many programs will come. One day I'm going to sit and explain all the basic programs so that you are totally comfortable with C language. Okay. But you need to know some fundamentals. Okay. For that reason, I'm demonstrating all this theory concept once again. After explaining these conditional statements, I'm going to explain with program also. If any condition is met true, only that condition will be executed. If that condition fails, the other condition will be executed. So in C language, the some of the conditional statements that I use are: first one is if, next one if else, next one else if ladder. Okay, next one, last one, switch case. If you are already having knowledge on this, just observe on this. If you don't have any knowledge, please have a running notes so that you will get a lot of idea. There are four conditional statements. Okay. Whenever you are constructing any program, syntax is very much important. If you don't write correct syntax, then you will get error. Right? First, let us discuss first one, if condition. What is the meaning of if condition? Only thing you need to first, let us go to the syntax directly. If open parenthesis condition and write statement. Always give some little bit space. Okay, don't write like this, because in other program, advanced program language, space is very important nowadays. But in C language here, no problem. But in the coming program languages, space is very important. Have a practice of writing, giving some space. Okay, that looks very easy. In C language, you have to write if open parenthesis condition and closed parenthesis and give statement semicolon. Okay, this is very important syntax. Okay, I think you are following my lecture properly. And if any doubts, you can ask me, or you can ping me personally. I'm ready to clarify you. First if condition, next if else, next else if, next switch case. Okay, let us work on the simple program. Okay, let us not feel bored with the complete theory. We'll work on the simple program here. I already told in the previous lectures, open Turbo C software, go to the all if new and write some basic program related to if condition. All if new. Well, let us make the screen zoom. Right? What is the first step we have to write in the writing C program? Hash include htdi.h. If you watch my all first lectures, you will understand what is the meaning of header file. I explained in the previous lecture also. Hash include conio.h. So some of them will get doubt. Sir, can we run this program in Linux? Yes, we can run in Linux. What you have to do? Okay. Here my operating system is Windows 7 and I am operating on Turbo C software. If you are operating on the Linux operating system or something like Ubuntu, just give space. Okay. VA space any file name .c, va space file name .c. It will open like a notepad and you have to write this program and you need to save that program and later on you need to compile. How you should compile? CC space file name .c Okay, like that you have to compile, and last you get output, you have to give dot slash a dot out. These are the basic steps you have to perform. However, if you are having still any doubt, you can approach me personally. I will clarify you. But Turbo, in Turbosi software like this, we have to do program. Either of them you can choose your choice. Okay, we wrote header files here. Now every program should consist of at least one main function. Okay, void main. Void main. We don't want to return any value. That's why we are using void. It does not return anything, and you are giving the main function here, and you need to open this flower bracket open. I want to write a C program to print the greater number. How we need to check? Based on the two variables. Suppose you are giving the input as a and b. For this, we have to use the data type as integer, int a comma b. Okay, semicolon. You are declaring the data type as int, and you are using the variables as a comma b semicolon. Okay, we are not up to now. It's okay. Now, what is your next step? Give us clear screen CLR SCR. Every time you have to give this. I already told the previous output will be erased, right? Now you have to give input values. Printf. What you have to give the values? What you have to give input values? Enter a b values. In printf you can give anything. Okay, double quotes close, semicolon, and you have to read the AB values. How you have to read the values? Using scanf. Scanf. How many values? How many variables are there? AB. Then how many format specifiers you have to give? 2 times you have to give. What is the format specifier integer? What I explained the previous lecture. Percentage D. Okay. Percentage D. Again percentage D. Double quotes close. Comma. Ampersand A. Comma. Watch this program very carefully. Those are very new to this program. Please understand what I am doing. If you observe like this programs continuously, definitely at one stage you will feel total comfort with C programming. How to write C programming, then totally you can construct on your own. How I am writing with no syntax errors, just observe. First you included header files, and after that you included main function, and you declare the variables as a comma b, and next you are doing enter a comma b values, and next you are reading this values a b. The what you are reading 2 times format specifier percentage d comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. Okay, after that you need to close the parenthesis, give semicolon. In this line you have to be very careful. You close the double quotes, and after that only you have to give comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. What is your main task? You need to print the greater number. What I told now theoretically concept, what I told the if condition. For if condition, what is the syntax I wrote? Just I'm dragging here. Observe carefully. If condition, if open parenthesis, what do you have to construct the condition? What do you want to print greater number? Then what you need to do? A greater than b. Close it parenthesis. And what is the statement you need to give some space? It's very good to give space. Only one space is enough in coming languages. But here just give down. A is greater than b. Then what you need to print? If this condition satisfy, then it will print A is greater. A is greater. Double quotes close. Semicolon. Now your task is done. I demonstrated if statement and did practically. My task is over. Then what you have to do next step? You have to give get ch. Right, close. Once look this program for just 1 minute. Just will execute this one. How I constructed this program. If you want to construct this program, logical thinking is very important. Okay. those are very new to the C programming, you have to do program like this. First header files over, main function included, and next one you are giving the data type as int, and the next one you introduce the two variables a comma b. You declare the variables a comma b, then you give print enter a comma b values, and how many times format specifier mentioned? Two values. Okay, what you have to do, you have format specifier percentage d, two times you give percentage d, comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. So you are giving condition as if k greater than b. Okay, my logical thinking is very important in this line. Your task is to print greater number. So what is the logic? You need to print a is greater than b. Print if a is greater. Okay, like that you have to end this with semicolon. For every statement you have to end with semicolon. That is very important. If you don't give semicolon, then you will get syntax error. Again, in conditional you should not give semicolon. That's why always, otherwise you can give double flower bracket open and give flower bracket close. This is the very best example, and here also you can add flower bracket open in order to avoid confusion with statements. Right? Got my point? I finished this programming. Now I am saving. How you should save? Any file name .c. You are just saving. Press N .c. Go to the left arrow. Before dot erase up to bin slash. Then give any file name. Okay. If .c. Right? Now let us compile this program. For some softwares, your keyboard won't function. Don't need to get panic. You can use mouse. Okay. First you need to compile. Alt F9. Right? You are just compiling. So zero errors, zero warnings. That means successfully compiled. Again, go to the run. Control F9. Give AB values. Assume that A value is 4, B value is 3, A is greater. So A is greater is our output. Okay. By mistake, you give semicolon here. What you will get error? Save, compile. Even though getting, but semicolon not accepted here for most of the compilers. Assume that you missed the semicolon here. Saving. Two errors. Statement missing and compound statement missing. Yes. For this reason, every statement should end with the semicolon. This is very, very essential point you need to note down. See, I gave the wrong input. Input value A is taken as 3, B value is chosen as 4. If you are comparing the A and B values, then condition failed. No? If condition failed, what happens? Nothing will be printed here, according to my logic. This is the best example for if statement. This is the part of if statement, and second one is if else. What is the syntax? Here in this situation, if condition fails, no, then it will go to the else block. This is the continuation of the if statement. Suppose you are giving the same syntax, okay? Everything is same. If this condition fails, what will happen? Else. Here, if it is giving the first statement, right? If this statement fails, what will it will be printed? Statement 2. Statement 2 will be printed. right? Close the flower bracket. That is the syntax of the if else. Let us extend this program logic. Okay, here this condition fails, no, it will go to this else block. If this condition satisfied, it will be printed. Statement 1 will be printed, right? Again, go to the program. Let us extend this logic. Else, again give the flower bracket. Again give the printf b is greater. Again to close the flower brackets. So you included the header files, given main function, you declare the variables as AB, you give clear screen, and every statement you are ending with the semicolon, and printf given, scanf given, you are reading the variables. Scanf is mainly used to read the variables what you give. If a scanf should be provided with ampersand, which that means the reading of variable. And if you are giving the condition as if condition, if a is greater than b, then you are giving the printf as a is greater. If this condition fails, it will go to the else part and it will print the b is greater, and lastly you will get the get ch. Now we are giving the input values. Save this program. Every time you need to save the program. So if any power gone suddenly, then it will avoid some incomplete information. Okay. So every time you need to save the program. If you don't save the program, whatever you are doing will be lost. Now you need to compile. 0 errors, 0 warnings, and run this program. Enter A, B values 4, B value is 6, so B is greater. Now if else condition satisfy, no. Again I'm gonna compile this program. Give AB values as 3, B value as 2, A is greater. This is a test case 1. Take the next test case. And this type of terminology will be applied to the software testing methodologies also. Like this, you have to observe the number of test cases. Giving A value as 2, B value as 10. B is greater. So if else condition satisfy. Okay, got my point? So in this lecture, you covered with a if else statement. And we'll work with else if also, and the switch case statement will be seen in the separate module. So most of them will be face trouble with the switch case. Okay, let us work with else if condition and we'll end this lecture. I hope you are following all my programs, including the concept what I am explaining. If you are having any type of difficulty, you can ask me. Third one, else if. So if you are giving the if condition, if we are giving the flower bracket open, if this condition satisfies, it will print the statement 1, semicolon. Else if, again you are giving one more condition. Else if condition, we are giving the flower bracket. Statement 2, semicolon. If this condition also fails, then you are giving the else part. What will you print is statement 3. What you did in this third part, else if, you are giving the if condition correctly and the statement 1 will be executed. If the if condition fails, no, then it will go to the else if. If else if satisfies, then we print the statement 2. If the else if also fails, if condition fails, else if fails, both fails means it will go to the else part. This is very important and easy also. You can easily work on this program very well. Okay. And again, go back to the program. If anyone wants to write the running notes, you can write. And those are facing any kind of difficulty in syntax, then you can observe what I am doing. It will be helpful who are very beginner, and definitely it will help you in the last minute. I want to modify this logic. What I should do now? I should introduce three variables. Okay, then only it will work for me. Else if, then I have to include ABC, and here I have to add ABC, and you introduce one more format specifier, percentage %d. So give ampersand C. Go back to the operators. In the previous lecture, I told logical operators. Can you, if you recollect, you will get definitely what I told. Logical AND, logical OR. What you need to include here? You want to compare this with both, no? If A is greater than B, and if you are giving logical and you are checking with one more thing, that is both are included, both takes an important part, no? Then what you have to insert here? Logical and next A is greater than C, right? If both satisfy only, it will print A is greater. Okay. Now continuation, go compare with syntax, else if again, condition, B is greater than C and B is greater than A is greater than B and A greater than C, and B greater than C and B greater than, then B is greater will be printed. If this condition also fails, then what we need to do? Else give flower brackets, C is greater, semicolon, close the flower brackets. I hope you are following what I am doing. Our concept is the else if, just else if. Here I added C and one more format specifier mentioned because we are using three variables, and just you are reading that one, ampersand A, ampersand B, ampersand C. If A is greater than B and logical and A greater than C, then A is greater will be printed. Else if B greater than C and B greater than, then B is greater. If both fails means it go to the else part. C is greater. Okay. Let us compile this program once again. You save this program and compile. Run this program. I assume that A value is 7, B value is 4, C value is 1, A is greater. Okay. 7 is greater than 4. True, no? And the logical and 7 is greater than 1. Both are true. Then first will be printed. Give one more test case. Give one more test case. Now this time you give A value as 2, B value as 7, C value as 1. What we need to print? B is greater. How? B greater than C. 7 is greater than 1, true. 7 is greater than 2, true. Right? Got my point? Then take the third test case, last test case. Give A value as 5, B value as 9, C value as 14. What you need to print? C is greater. How? 14 is greater than 5 and 14 is greater than 9. Both are true. So with this we completed the if condition, if else condition, else if condition. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss on switch case statement. Okay, I hope you got benefited with this lecture. Whoever having any difficulty with these control statements, so conditional statements, this type of terminology is called conditional statements. Okay, what I told in the other thing is control statements that will be seen in the coming lectures. But what I discussed today is completely related to the conditional statements in C. There are four types of conditional statements in C. First one is if, second one if else, and third one is else if, and last one is switch case. We completed today if else, else if. Three types of scenarios checked here. Okay, practically. In the next lecture, I'm going to discuss on switch case, and keep in touch. Definitely, I'm going to demonstrate the next lecture. Okay, with a switch case. I hope you understood my lecture. Any doubts you can ask me. And okay, we'll see you shortly. Thank you.